Good evening, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 9 p.m. all-weather, all-streaming show that we do here every night during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms as well as to Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining us from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through it all as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll answer your questions individually at the very end. But let's get started here with a look at our headlines, and at least through the rest of this weekend, we are tracking out some cooler temperatures, but we should remain dry out there before we start to see a nice warm up for the start of next week, and then it looks like that'll be followed up by the slight chances for some rain, at least by the middle of next week. But we're not expecting anything really major moving in here over the next 7 days. So that is good news. But here's a look at our current satellite and radar. We've got an area of high pressure hanging out just to our north. We've got a little piece of energy that's kind of riding up and over top of that high pressure system. It's creating a little band of snow for folks up towards Wisconsin and northeastern Illinois. That'll kind of continue to push off to the north and east of the tri-state. So we're not going to get impacted by any of that, but there is going to be the chance for some of that increase in cloud cover overnight tonight. Now here's a look at a little closer view of the tri-state. It was a beautiful day. We had plenty of sunshine, but it was cool out there. So we only topped out in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. But with some of that sunshine, we still got to see some of that snow melting, which is good as well. But here's a look at that future radar, tracking out that increase in clouds overnight tonight. That'll make for a cloudier start for our Sunday, but it looks like the clouds should gradually dissipate through Sunday afternoon, and then we'll stay clear overnight Sunday and into Monday. Monday looks like the sunniest day of our next 7. But taking a look at those current temperatures, it is going to be another chilly night tonight. We've already dropped down mostly into the low to mid 20s, 24 degrees now in Evansville, 27 there in Owensboro, sitting at around 28 to the south there in Greenville. And we'll kind of drop another few degrees here overnight tonight, but we shouldn't drop too much due to that cloud cover that's going to help insulate some things. And then as we wake up tomorrow morning, again, mostly cloudy out there, but then we should start to see the clouds gradually dissipate. Now, I did mention it was cold out there today. We didn't really get up above freezing, but we did still have a good amount of sunshine. So that still prompted some of that snow to melt. So you may have some areas of black ice overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So again, be cautious of that. It's hard to see. If it looks wet and it's overnight tonight, it's likely going to be a little bit icy. So be careful, mainly on sidewalks and along the edges of the roadways. Don't really see much there in the middle of the roads or on any major roads. So that's good as well. But tomorrow will be a little bit warmer. We'll top out in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. So we will continue to see more of that snow melting, and it really accelerates once we get into the start of the work week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday look like the warmest days, and we're going to end up well above average. So here's a look at that temperature trend. We'll be below average for tomorrow, and then we'll pop back up above average there for Monday. Our average high is in the mid 40s. We'll be in the upper 40s to near 50 for the start of the work week, and then by Tuesday, topping out in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. But that is going to be coincided with an increase in cloud cover, as we do have the chance for some of those showers to move in overnight and into early Wednesday morning. And then, depending on how models shake things out, there is still some discrepancy towards the end of next week, but it looks like some of the models are kind of hinting at a drier end towards next week as opposed to a wetter end. Yesterday, they were showing chances for rain lingering Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now it kind of dries up. So we'll see if that trend continues here, but it very well may flip-flop back to a little bit more of an unsettled pattern. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. But regardless, not expecting anything major here. And with those chances for showers, temperatures do cool down a little bit, but we should still hang out right around average through the end of next week. And speaking of those precipitation chances, over the next 6 to 10 days, the Climate Prediction Center still has us outlooked for slightly above average precipitation. But again, the best chance for rain that we have in the next 7 days looks like it's going to be Tuesday night and into Wednesday. So let me show you what that looks like on both models. Both models tend to agree on this, but we'll have the chance for some of those showers Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. A lot of it wants to stay south of the river, but I wouldn't be shocked if we still got some of those showers here in the Evansville area as well. But that'll all be cleared out of here by Wednesday morning. And then this model wants to keep us dry here through the day on Thursday and Friday before it brings in this another round of rain for next weekend, whereas the European model continues to bring in that chance for some showers Tuesday into Wednesday, clearing it out early Wednesday morning, and then it wants to keep the slight chance for maybe a sprinkle there Thursday evening, but looking mostly dry here, especially by the time we get into Friday, and then into next weekend, that this model doesn't have that storm system moving through here at all. So it just kind of gets a little bit fuzzy towards the end of next week with the models kind of opposing each other in a sense. But again, nothing too major, and the rain that we do get is going to be fairly light. So we're looking at maybe 1/10 of an inch up to 1/4 of an inch in some spots. So here is a look at your 7-day forecast, just to kind of wrap everything up in a little bow here. You know, we're going to be cool tomorrow, still below average, but warmer than today, so it should feel nice. And then we really start to feel that warm up for Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday, topping out in the 50s to near 60 by the time we get into Tuesday. So it's definitely going to feel like a taste of spring out there, and then the chance for some of those showers there overnight into early Wednesday morning. And then for the end of next week, those temperatures come back down to around average. So let me take a look at some of your questions. All right. Laura Gray, she's watching from Dawson Springs. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening, Cheyenne. Suzanne is watching. Chris says, Tuesday will be a great day for me to sit out in the garage and watch the snow melt away. Michael, is Evansville getting severe weather next week or the week after Valentine's Day weekend? I'm worried about severe thunderstorms. At least for the next 7 days, we don't have anything to worry about. As far as the following week, yeah, you can't really get much detail out of that. So no, my answer is no. The app, Merv says, the app says freezing rain on Saturday. Yes, sometimes the app kind of puts out some of those weird things. It has a mind of its own sometimes. We go in there and try to edit it the best we can. But no, that is not the case headed into this weekend. Both the models either show just plain rain or nothing at all. So that's not necessarily a concern that we have at this time. Sherry says, hello from Greenville. Thank you for joining us. That is all the questions that I'm seeing here, so I'm going to hop off the live stream. I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 10 for all the latest news and weather headlines. Until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your night.